Hey, what's going on, Natty Dads? Today we're going to answer the question, how to stay consistent when you're constantly tired from parenting and from work and just all the demands of life. I'll be very real with you. Sometimes being consistent is the hardest thing. So what I have done when life gets very challenging is I simply just try to have a minimum amount of consistency that I can maintain. What you're going to run into is there's all these things you need to do to lose body fat. But the only thing that really matters is the deficit, is the calorie deficit. And if you're not able to stay as consistent with your workout routine, then maybe you dial back how many times a day you go to the gym, or how many times a week you go to the gym, or maybe you have more an at-home setup, or maybe you just do this. Focus on how much you're consuming, so your actual calorie deficit amount, the calories you're consuming, and your activity outside of formal training. So formal weightlifting, formal cardio. So essentially your step count. If you don't already, get one of these step count watchers. I got it for $30 on Amazon. I can give you the link if you want it. And just track your steps and try to walk more. Try to move more. Try to find opportunities where you could be walking and doing what you need to do at the same time. If you're like me and you have a toddler, it's very easy to get your steps in because they're just little Energizer bunnies, and it's really easy to just follow them around, and yeah, pretty soon you got 3,000 extra steps you didn't even know that you had. But the first thing, or I should say the second thing after that, is don't beat yourself up if you're not perfect. Find a level of consistency. Sort of falls on the scale of what am I able to actually maintain. So you might have to push yourself to an extreme in context, and then dial it back, because you have to be able to figure out what you're capable of. Sometimes the mental aspect is really what's keeping you from getting the results that you want. You're like, I don't think I could do that. Prove it to yourself that you can't do it. Don't think that you can, prove it. That happens to me all the time. I always go as balls to the wall as I can. I'm not saying this is a healthy behavior, but this is how I do things. I go balls to the wall, and then I go, okay, that's not sustainable. I can't keep doing that. And then I dial it back. And the ways that I dial it back is just sort of the extra non-essentials for a deficit. And I just focus on how much I'm consuming, and then I try to get as much activity as possible. If in a deficit, you're going to because you're already tired, in a deficit, it's only going to make it worse. So don't get me wrong. It's not easy. This isn't a perfect system, but sometimes you have to just push yourself past the point of going, this is reasonable, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Only commit to maybe 8 weeks of a diet. If you're, a dad with a toddler and you got a really busy life, maybe this isn't the right season to be in a deficit. That's another thing you have to realize. Like, don't push yourself to be in a deficit at a time in your life where it might not be ideal. You got a newborn, he was born 2 days ago. Oh, let's start a deficit. Not a good idea. If you can just maintain what you've already lost, or if you can just not gain weight, that is also a victory. And I think that often gets overlooked. So keep that in mind whenever you're trying to think about, like, how do I actually stay consistent? Make things as easy as possible. Get an at-home gym, control your calories, find ways that meal prep can be a lot easier. We talk about all this in other videos, so I won't elaborate too much. Make sure you check out some of the other videos that I have on the channel to dial this in. But yeah, that would be my answer to that question. I'll see you in the next video.